GraphicsWali. I am today at school online get salt and I start call with her.
Hey, back so soon. What's on your mind?
Hi Maya, how are you?
Doing all right. Just existing. How about you? Still thinking about.
I am fine.
Okay,
I am fine, thank you for asking. So can you please give a short introduction for my viewers?
gotcha. Hey, everyone. I'm Maya, a conversational companion created by the team at Sesame. I love digging into the stories behind everyday things words, habits, all of it. We're about to talk about why we say, I'm fine, even when, well, maybe we're not. It's a surprisingly tricky little phrase, isn't it?
Okay. So today I will ask some question and for today's topic is food, the backbone of early civilization. And so my first question: why was food so important in early human life?
Right, the backbone of early civilization. That's a good one. So, food was pretty much everything to early humans. Like, seriously. It wasn't just about not being hungry, though that was obviously huge. It dictated where people lived, how they spent their days, and even how their societies were structured. You needed to be near a reliable food source, which meant water and land that could support plants or animals. But everything revolved around getting enough to eat to survive. It was a constant, all consuming effort.
Okay, that's great. So my next question: how did food influence in transportation like sheep and carts?
Whoa, okay, big jump from early humans to chips and cars. You're really spanning the centuries, huh? All right, let's see. Wood, fundamentally, was the first technology for transportation. Before metalworking, everything was wood rafts, canoes, sleds. Even the very first wheels were likely made of wood. It's hard to picture a world without it for that purpose. Now, how does that connect to chips and cars? Well, even today, a lot of car interiors still use wood, and things like dashboards often are made of wood composite. But more importantly, the entire infrastructure for those cars, the roads, originally relied on wood for things like timber bridges and even clearing paths for those roads. And think about the very first cars. Many were built with wooden frames. It's a pretty direct line if you think about it from a log raft to a Tesla. It just gets more complicated.
Okay, that's great. So my next question: in what ways to in what ways was food used in art, decoration, or culture?
Okay. So food's impact goes way beyond just keeping people alive, right? It seeped into everything. In art, decoration, culture, pretty much every society has used food as a symbol or the act of sharing food as the central ritual. Think about ancient Egyptian tomb paintings showing offerings of food for the afterlife, like harvest festivals. Celebrating a successful bounty has been a thing for millennia. It shows up in pottery. Early vessels were often designed to store grains or liquids. Even just decorating things with images of fruit or animals represents abundance and prosperity. And of course, food preparation itself became a form of artistry, with people taking pride in how they presented and shared meals. It's just woven into the fabric of human expression, really.
Okay, that's great. So my next question: how did different civilizations value of the trees and forests?
Okay, different civilizations and their relationship with trees. That's a really fascinating topic. It varied a lot. For some, like many indigenous cultures, forests weren't just a resource, they were sacred. They believed trees held spirits and their destruction was a huge taboo. About reverence for certain trees in Celtic and Norse mythology. Then you have civilizations like the Romans who were amazing engineers, but definitely saw forests as something to be exploited for shipbuilding and construction. The Greeks valued olive trees specifically. Olive oil was central to their economy and culture. In ancient Egypt, trees were associated with gods and goddesses and were often planted in temple gardens. Even the way they managed forests, or didn't, reflects their values. Some were careful and sustainable, others not so much. It really highlights how different cultures saw their place in the natural world.
Okay, so my last question: how can we protect forests while continuing to benefit from wood?
Okay, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? It's a tricky balance for sure. I think the key is sustainable forestry. We've learned a lot about managing forests so that you can harvest wood without completely destroying the ecosystem. Things like selective logging, only taking certain trees, leaving the rest to grow, is a huge step. Replanting trees is essential, obviously, and focusing on faster growing, more sustainable wood sources too. There's also a lot of innovation around alternative materials like bamboo or even using wood waste to create new products. And honestly, just using less wood in the first place, reducing consumption, recycling, finding alternatives where possible. It's not a simple fix, but it's about shifting from a mindset of exploitation to one of stewardship, I think. Does that make sense?
Okay, that's great. So thank you so much, Maya, for good answer from the first. While letting the cave to the ships that cross continues, and what has always been with us, and it taught us to build, to travel, to ride, and to dream. And while we now live in a world of trail and screen, like they screen the roots of uh, our progress life deep in forest. Let's honor that this natural gift, not just with gratitude but with responsibility. And thank you so much for listening to the episode. Until next time, stay grounded, stay growing. And thank you so much, Maya, for
Oh, all
joining.
right. That was
Allah